Having the right funnel can completely change your business. It's the difference between never knowing where your next listing is coming from and dominating your local market. I've spent the past few years and hundreds of thousands of dollars testing and running this exact funnel for real estate agents and brokerages across the country. And in this video, I'm going to give you the 3-step system to blow up your results overnight and create a killer funnel that is going to attract you listings every single month. So the first question you probably have is, what exactly is a funnel? A funnel is simply an organized path that moves potential clients from first discovering you to eventually booking a call and obviously converting with you, right? So instead of hoping prospects are randomly going to find you, call you, and then just randomly convert, a funnel creates a predictable system that guides them through each step of the decision process. And if you've not heard of a funnel before, if you go and look and you're aware of when you get hit with ads or what Ryan Serhant, what Mike Sherrard does, they all have a funnel, right? And I'm going to break down exactly the 3 separate steps of it. It's top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel, but every single of these people who are successful online have a funnel because it creates predictability and a systemized process to go from point A to point B, whereas point A is them finding out about you, point B is them converting and becoming a paying client, right? So without a funnel, you're leaving your business growth to chance, right? You're missing out on a lot of that consistency, and that's why a lot of agents are always wondering where their next deal is coming from, or they have roller coaster months. It's because they don't have a predictable system in place to consistently bring in clients and bring in new opportunities, right? So with one, you're in control of your client acquisition. You're no longer having to rely on the market or your referrals, your sphere, right? So here's a 3-stage funnel that actually works. And again, this is all battle tested. This is what I've tested. And at any point, if you do want me to set this up for you, learn more about it, check the link below, book a call with me. But first of all, the top of funnel is awareness. This is where potential clients are going to first discover that you exist. So what a lot of agents do wrong with the top of funnel is they get it mixed up because they want to go out and try to convert people like their bottom of funnel, right? So I'm going to go through the 3 stages really quick so you have a better idea. But the middle funnel is where they begin to trust you and share their information. So this is where you can get opt-ins and all that. With a lot of agents I work with, I do get opt-ins on the top of funnel side, but just know the more opt-ins you get on the top of funnel, they're going to be a bit colder. Whereas if you get opt-ins on middle funnel, they are going to be warmer. They're going to be a little more serious, but there are ways with top of funnel. It just depends on the platform you choose, right, to go and get those leads. And I'm going to show you exactly why I do the one I do and show you kind of what's working for me. But that's exactly how it kind of breaks down. And then basically the last part is bottom of funnel conversion. This is where leads are going to turn into booked appointments and actually want to book a call with you, right? And then not only that, that's where you actually convert them and make the money, right? So first of all, each stage serves a specific purpose and requires different content and tactics. So you see that different content and tactics, the magic happens when all 3 work together. So what a lot of agents do, what I was saying earlier, is they either just have the top funnel. They just get a bunch of views on their videos. Like I brought this up before, but I spoke with an agent, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. He had an Instagram reel that had, I think 9.5 or 9 million views. He didn't get a single call from that video. Right, so that goes to show he has the top of funnel, which is the awareness stage, but he's missing the middle funnel where you're building trust and getting opt-ins, and the bottom of funnel, actually converting them into booked appointments. So we don't care about views, subscribers. Yeah, it's great, but if you don't have a mechanism or a funnel to actually go and convert those people, it doesn't matter. You're just wasting your time making those videos, shooting that content, whatever you may be doing. Now, top of funnel, this is the first part. This is awareness and attraction. So this is where people are going to first discover that you exist. Most agents skip this critical step and wonder why no one calls them. You need to actively put yourself in front of potential clients through the channels I recommend, and I've seen the best ROI with by far in real estate are YouTube ads, which is fast and targeted exposure to your local and targeted audience, and then organic YouTube content. So long form and long-term visibility that builds over time. I've seen agents using both of these that are making over $100,000 a month in GCI just from YouTube ads and YouTube organic. And I'm gonna show you how you can work with those together and exactly what to post and what to make for each one. But what a lot of agents get wrong with this top of funnel stage is they go out and they say, hey, if you're thinking of buying or selling a home, give me a call. You're skipping the top of funnel completely. You're skipping people getting in your funnel, getting to trust you, and you're just going out and asking for a conversion, asking for a call. But if they have no clue who you are, you can't skip the top funnel and middle funnel and go right for bottom funnel, right? So you need to keep that in mind. This content that we're making isn't going to be so focused on getting the conversion immediately, which is what a lot of agents think and why a lot of them waste money on ads or on content, right? You need to have a system to, number one, get eyeballs, but it's also important you show it to the right people. So that's why I choose YouTube ads and YouTube over like Facebook, Instagram, Google, just because YouTube is the most targeted platform by far. And I'm going to show you that in a second. But the goal isn't to sell here. Again, to clarify, you're not selling in this stage, you're just getting eyeballs. It's simply to get noticed and establish that initial credibility with the viewers. So the first part of it is a long form YouTube videos, just like you're watching right now. So the focus on these is local authority and discoverability. Organic YouTube content is a powerful, free way to establish yourself as a go-to expert in your area. It's about becoming the trusted source for local insights. You want to position it where anytime they're thinking of buying or selling, they're automatically going to call you because you're the only person who's been providing them this value over time, and they just have a trust level built up with you that no other agent has because no one's doing it correctly. Now, there's a couple different types of videos that work. I'm sure if you're on YouTube, you've seen these, or if you even post videos like this, these are great ones. What it's like living in city, top 5 neighborhoods in city, the cost of living in city, market update, city real estate in 2025. And obviously the city is a placeholder. You would substitute your neighborhood, city in there, but you can go and even do that for a specific neighborhood as well. Make the same exact videos, but just do it for a neighborhood, and then do this neighborhood, and then just do this subdivision. You can just keep making that really localized content, because anytime someone is searching up, hey, what's it like living in St. Paul, Minnesota? You imagine if your videos ranked higher, they ranked number 1 on Google search and on YouTube, all of a sudden they watch it and then they start seeing you over and over again, because that's how the algorithm works. And that's the purpose of top of funnel, is to basically get in front of these eyeballs, get discovered, and then that's how you get them in your funnel, and then you can convert them. Now, quick tutorial, just make a simple video with your phone. You don't need any fancy camera equipment. Keep it under typically 15 to 20 minutes. Some people say make it even shorter, but I found personally, like, to provide enough value, I would honestly say make it as long as you need to provide enough value. Like, don't prolong it, don't make it shorter. Just go as fast as you need to actually provide all the value that you want to go over, or give all the tips or advice that you want to go over in the video. And mention, hey, if you want more detailed info, I've got a free guide linked below. Or you can say, hey, if you want to schedule a call, do that as well. That can be more bottom of funnel, but having something like this, having call to actions in there to also get people starting to convert early in your funnel. You can get them on your email list. If you have a newsletter, you can do that as well. But just some ways to get them, again, now they notice you, now they're in the funnel. Now we can start kind of thinking about, how are we going to start converting these people? What's the process going to look like? But with these videos, the one thing I will say is it's all about consistency. These videos build a library of valuable content that keeps working for you, attracting new viewers long after you post. But the key is you're only going to build up that deliverability and get those eyeballs, get more viewers, if you keep posting. If you stop, even after 5 months, you've been posting a video a week, you stop, take 2 months off, oh, I'm tired of this, then all of a sudden your views are going to go down. You're basically back at square one. And that's why on this channel, I try to post 3 times every single week. I've done it for pretty much the last 4 or 5 months or so, which to some people might seem kind of crazy, but it's just you get in the habit of doing it and you see it compound. And then that's when you really create some long-term results. Now, the other side of stuff is YouTube ads. And if you're not familiar, I am a huge proponent on these. They are 100% the best advertisement way to go if you're a realtor and if you're actually good at what you do. If you can close leads, if you're solid and you're confident when you get on a listing appointment that you're going to go and close these appointments, I'm telling you right now, you are going to print money with YouTube ads. It's all about having the right strategy though. And these are great because they build trust and authority. They build your brand as well because it's all video. So the first goal of it is it's all based on attention and trust. So your primary aim is not to sell, right? You're not trying to sell on this initial ad. You're not saying, hey, if you're thinking of selling a home, give me a call, but you're trying to captivate and establish initial credibility with a new audience, because there's different ways you can go in real estate. But the point of a funnel is you're not just relying on the people who already know you. You're expanding beyond that, because if you just focus on the people who already know you, who are already in your network, you're never going to grow beyond that, and you're always capped. So that's why we need to reach a cold audience, but have a right method to do so. Now, the ad type you want to run is a lead magnet. Now, this is basically where you offer something free and genuinely valuable. You can do a market report, a neighborhood guide, or a home valuation, right? Now, you just need to be careful about the messaging in the ad. You don't want people coming in saying, oh, I was just kind of curious what my home's worth. But if you create something so good, so specific to someone selling their home or buying a home, whoever you're targeting, that's how you're going to start bringing in extremely high quality people from your ads on autopilot every single week. Now, Targeting for it is all cold audiences. So we're reaching local homeowners, landlords, or specific buyer segments who are unfamiliar with your brand. So pretty much a cold audience is someone who doesn't know who you are. But on YouTube, it is pretty crazy. It's all based on what people are searching for. So this is the most targeted, the highest intent leads you can get possible online to an audience who doesn't know you. Of course, it's not going to be as good as a referral, right? Nothing is. But if you're looking to grow your business beyond that, you need to do some intent-based marketing. So YouTube ads are all intent-based marketing. You're targeting people who are in the market to buy or sell a home because it's based off of what they're searching for, rather than just what they're scrolling online and then they see a Facebook ad and they click and they have no clue who you are. Now, the format of an ad is the hook, the story, and the offer. You want to keep your message short, clear, and easy to understand. Think like 5th grade level language. And I actually have an entire ChatGPT prompt for writing a YouTube ad from scratch with AI. If you want that, just comment below. I can send it over. And then lastly, the mindset. And the mindset you want to have with this ad is like an intro handshake almost. It's like an introduction. So these ads are basically, you're introducing your expertise, not an aggressive sales pitch. And I've actually found the more laid back, the more authentic you make the ad, the better it does, rather than some super highly produced, highly edited video ad. So now that's the top funnel. That was awareness. Now we're in the middle funnel, which is engagement and really focusing on lead capture if you haven't done so already at the top of funnel. So the first thing we want to do is some retargeting. Now retargeting, I always like analogies, but I remember last week or a couple weeks ago, I was on Nike looking for shoes. And all of a sudden, if you guys are ever aware, you go on one website, all of a sudden you keep seeing the same shoes over and over. You keep seeing Nike shoes over and over for the next 3 months. Heck, I'm still getting hit with it now, right? And that's because they do retargeting. And that's the same thing you want to do here. Show follow-up content to people who already engaged with your YouTube videos / your ad. This is like gently nudging someone who already knows you, and it's much cheaper and more effective than cold outreach because, again, I'm sure you would rather reach out to someone who already knows you rather than go and making a cold call to someone you have no clue who has no clue who you are, right? It's the same thing here. Retarget your warm audience that you've already built up in the top funnel. The next part you want to do is exchange value. You want to offer something valuable like a neighborhood guide, market report, home valuation in exchange for contact information. Just make sure that you make it relevant to their specific needs. Don't try to make something too broad. The more specific you can get, the more valuable it is, so the better it's going to work for you. And then lastly is lead capture. Again, simple landing pages and forms that make it easy for prospects to share their information. The easier, the better. You don't want to ask for too much too soon, but just make sure you're just not sending everyone to your website. You're using a landing page that's directed and very clear on here's what you need to do, which is put in your information. If you use a website, you're probably losing over 50% potential conversions that you would have gotten otherwise by using a landing page. So make sure that you build landing pages out. This stage connects awareness to conversion by building trust and capturing their contact information. It is so important. You can't skip any of these stages, especially middle funnel. Now, a quick example for you is a neighborhood guide. The neighborhood guide is a proven lead magnet that works in literally any market. Just create a downloadable guide for your target neighborhood, any neighborhoods that you want to farm, with recent sales data and price trends, school information and ratings, local amenities and hidden gems, upcoming development projects, insider tips only locals will know. And you want to promote these via retargeting ads to people who've already watched your awareness content. So again, this is only going out to people who are in the market to sell a home because they engage with your initial content, and they'll gladly exchange their email for this valuable information, right? So focus on how can we get these people on our channel? How can we get eyeballs on us? That's top funnel. Now middle funnel, we're really providing them something of specific value to them because we know they're already familiar with us, and we can start building that connection even more. And then finally, we're at bottom of funnel, which is conversion and appointment booking. Now that people know you and trust you, you want to guide them to the next logical step. So direct follow-up with personalized outreach. That can be reaching out to your database, doing some database reactivations, hiring a VA or an ISA to go and call your database. 2 is a specific call to action with clear next steps. So you can send out a big email. If you have a newsletter, send it out. Say, hey, if you're interested in selling your home, check the link or click below and book a call, and I can give you a free home valuation. Something like that. But this is where you're really driving people to take the next step, which is that appointment. And then again, that leads to the next one, which is appointment scheduling with frictionless booking. So use like Calendly, something super simple like that. And what you can do as well is just retarget your existing database here, right? That's one of the highest leverage things you can do, and it's one of the lowest hanging fruits because you already have this massive database. I spoke with a realtor yesterday. He's 12,000 people in his database. I'm sure some of you have way more, but even if you have a couple hundred, what you can do is leverage them and retarget those people specifically across the platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube. You can literally be everywhere for like $2 or $3 per day, and that's a super highly effective way that you can do it on a low budget as well. And it's just a great way as well to stay top of mind. That's a big part with retargeting. And a quick story for you, Mike, who was doing this, he tried a bunch of stuff before and he decided to give this funnel a shot. He signed 5 listings within the first 4 months of using this exact funnel, over $75,000 in GCI roughly from using this exact process right here. So again, this isn't just theory. Now to put it all together, first of all, we have top of funnel, which is the awareness stage. YouTube ads and long form organic content to introduce you to potential clients who are in the need to buy or sell a home in your specific area. Second, we have middle funnel, which is engagement. You want to retarget and offer valuable content to capture their contact information from people who've already showed that initial interest. So top funnel, we're getting them in. Middle funnel, we're starting to build that sales process, start that conversion process with them, building that loyal fan base. Third is the bottom of funnel conversion. So personalized follow-up and clear call to actions are key here. And think about what are those unleveraged things that you can do, right? Reaching out personally to each person in your database. That's not very high leverage, but it's a very, very effective way, right? A lot of times you scale by doing the unscalable. That's something, if you're familiar with Alex Hormozi, that he says, but that's for me as well. I always love to call my database personally rather than just sending out a mass text or something, because it just works so much better, right? So do the unscalable with this bottom of funnel, but the only way you get there with bottom of funnel is by getting them through top funnel and middle funnel, right? And this is where you want to convert the qualified people into booked appointments as well. So when connected properly, this system creates a predictable flow of new clients every single month that you can rely on, not wondering where your next deal is coming from. And this works so well because you're meeting people where they are. Some people are ready to talk now, they want to go now. Others need nurturing, they're a couple months out. Now this funnel handles both of them effectively without wasting your time because a lot of it is automated. That brings me to the next point, which is once set up, pretty much it all runs automatically for you, and it also scales with your business. What you can do, the cool thing with YouTube ads, once you see you're putting in $1,000, you're getting 2 listings back, then why not just go double that and get 4 listings, right? That's the same thing I do with all my clients. I tell them, hey, we can just pull a lever and we're going to instantly increase the results we're getting. So then it scales with you. And then lastly, you build long-term assets rather than going and hiring paying Realtor.com, Zillow, any of these massive lead gen companies where you're shelling out a couple $1,000 a month, but you're not actually getting, you don't own any of the stuff they're running. It's all through them. You're basically at the mercy of these big companies because you don't know. A lot of times you don't even know what they're doing. So that if they raise their prices, they're basically a monopoly. You can't do much. You're relying on them rather than having your own systems within your business. Whereas if you're going to go build a funnel like this, it's all in your business. It's going to be a fraction of the cost and you own all of it for the long term. It actually builds your brand in the process rather than going and outsourcing it to some massive lead gen company who literally could care less who you are, right? So I would just think about that if you haven't already. Just something to note. And unlike one-off marketing tactics, this funnel creates a sustainable system for consistent client acquisition. Again, bring me back to my last point. And if you want this exact funnel, just like Rad, who signed a first listing in 13 days, Joe, first listing in 17 days, Megan had 5 listing appointments in just 30 days, go check below. I'll customize this funnel to your exact market, goals, basically whatever you want. Click the link below, apply to work with me. I'd be happy to walk you through what this would look like, what it could look like in your market. And this is only for agents doing at least 1 or 2 deals a month. So if that sounds like you, go check below, book a call. Other than that, I give you all this away for free, so you can go out and just do it yourself. I sell implementation, not information. That's the whole goal of this channel, just transparently. But anyways, I hope you did get value from it. If you do have any questions, comment below. Otherwise, go check out the video that YouTube thinks you should watch on the screen right now. See you in the next one.